Hi, this is Susan. I didn't think I'd have time to do the bunnies, Easter baskets, but here I am, trying to make chocolate bunnies. I ate too much. I drank too much caffeine, ate too much chocolate, all this, and I can't sleep, so I'm just up doing chocolate bunnies. So here's this basket. I showed it to you, and we made this in a group, and so we had been given like the little flower slices, and this is a resin bunny or a chick, and I've said, look for these resin ones because they're so cute in the little baskets. Now, the problem with these baskets is how fragile the handle is. And so I was going through my stash trying to find some because I need them for an Easter egg hunt, and I had some chocolate bunnies I made, 20 years ago or something. So I pulled all that out, and unfortunately my basket I only had one good one besides this really large, more Barbie size basket. This one had broken back here. So I came up with, if you're having that problem with these, I came up with a couple of things you could try. I don't say they're the best solution, but it's better than throwing it away. This one, it was broken right at the top. So I took my gummiest glue, which right now it's the Fabri-Tac, and I've just been using it, and I made like a little bridge between it. And so I let it dry, then I, thickened it up. And the thing with the Fabri-Tac, it'll dry like as soon as it comes out of the tube, so you can sit there and pinch on it and play with it. So I made it, and it actually just looked like the shape of it was just like this. And then I went and glued embroidery thread around the handle. So you could put ribbon across it, and under it you could do, ribbon on each side, or you can do the thread. Now see, it was real yellow, golden. So then I was trying to bring it all together. So I used a alcohol marker to try to blend. And I've got it on my nails, I got it on my fingers, got it everywhere. And of course you can take, if you get too much, you can always take an alcohol onto a cotton swab, and go over it, and it'll take it right back off, and it'll take it off your hands. So, but it's great for coloring things. So it did kind of age it a little bit. It did cover the gold, the really yellow color. And so I was thinking, I wanted to see what I could do with this tissue with this one. Now the other one, let me tell you how I fixed the other one. Now it broke back here, and so I had glued it together. Of course, it wasn't going to stay. I had the little bridge of, you can see a tiny little gap right here. I had the tiny little gap. Let's see, is it coming into focus? Well, you can see a little spot there. So I've thought about it, and this is like whittling. This when you whittle, it curves the wood. See this piece, how curved this piece right here. Let's just take this piece, and I won't try to hold it all together at once. Now, see, this piece is curved slightly. And when you whittle, just the process of whittling thin pieces of wood, they curve. So I found a piece of wood that was about similar to this, and I just whittled a couple of pieces off. And I don't say that the first or second will even do it. You might get lucky the first piece, it may take a few. And then I glued that up underneath there. And that seemed to hold, on both sides. And it's not too terribly thick. It really did pretty good. And then you could take ribbon, you could take matching ribbon and, cover that. You could go over it with the ribbon if it still bothered you didn't like the way it looked. I just needed it for the Easter egg hunt, but I had this other basket in my stash, and it's made differently, and it's It's a better, I don't know where I got this. It was just it was part of the Sam's birthday thing, I think. One of them one year. And it's a much better basket, and it's made out of a different material than what these are. And see, it's got the handle, but it's also got a binding around the handle. You can see they bound around it. So it's, you wouldn't think, but in these tiny little baskets, it's better to find one that is going to hold up, especially if you keep things in your stash as long as I do, years and, in my stash. So I just had these, just trying to make them. But this is like tissue, that you want to put down in the bottom of it. It's just a tissue kind of thing. And this was given to me in another project, and I'm going to use it in one for here soon, so I can't really use it in the Easter basket. But it's just tissue. It's just finely chopped or, cut tissue. And you might be able to find this at the thrift store in a bag. In a craft store in a bag. So I tried cutting some tissue, and you can cut it with scissors. I just did scissors. You can just cut, because you only want small pieces anyway to kind of crunch all together in there. So you could cut small little pieces. But I also thought, I wondered if this would work. Just taking the tissue and crumpling it down in, so you fold up the edges and kind of crumple in. And because you're going to fill it with so much stuff, does it matter? Or maybe a combination of a few strands on top of a little crumple in the same color, and then you wouldn't be able to tell. Okay, the other thing that I made, I took peppercorns. If you've never used peppercorns, they look like nuts, and I wanted to show you that. They have different sizes in the peppercorns. Now, I've already taken them out of the pepper mill. The pepper mill has this, to get them out, you have to cut the mill part of it. So take the lid off and use your cutters and just go in there and snip, and that'll release the inside piece that works against this outer piece, and you'll be able to take out the peppercorns. And look at how they look like nuts. It looks like I had this little nutcracker here in a wooden bowl. And so you just put them in the bowl and Mod Podge. Just drop Mod Podge all around. I know it looks like it's white right then, but it dries clear. And look at that. Looks like walnuts or pecans, because they're light and dark as they dry. There's some dark ones. Now, the other thing you can take with those is, I save all my little pieces of foil, red for Valentine's and gold, and then the purple for Easter. And that's Candy Kisses and Dove chocolate and Hershey chocolates. And so just take the good sized ones that don't look like nuts and use those to cover with your foil. And there you go. You just put them all into the Easter basket. Just really cute. All different colors. And you can reverse them to get silver. So that's what I've done with trying to make these as festive as the one that we got in the group. Because I didn't have... Now they've also had this egg right here has glitter all over it. So if you want to go and make, your polymer clay eggs, it may be that they just rolled it in the glitter before they cooked it, or they could have rolled it after they cooked it. Try whichever one. And then also these little tiny resin plastic flowers. you can do something with those if you have those in your stash. And I put those on the bow to, one, keep the bow from coming undone, kind of add some spring to it. Now the other thing, if you'll notice, is this is colored. It looks like every other strand. And I had the best luck with these metallic pins. That's this color here. And I have a silk ribbon that I'm using. And so, of course, there's all these wonderful colors. And I got this off eBay. I got a multi-group, and if you can see, a lot of them had this Michaels, and that goes back to 1995 or something. And I made an offer. So it looks like they clearanced these out at Michaels, and somebody bought a whole bunch of them and put them into auctions. And so I just went in and I asked for the size. I got a 4mm here. That's what this size is, 4mm. And I asked for the size and the color, and they didn't mind making it up for me. I got about 15 of them in the colors of 4mm, because that's what I'm going to use in dresses and and like little bow here, and in hats. And so that's really I just guess they don't sell as well as they thought, to people doing regular embroidery projects. So they're great for miniature projects. So anyway, go on eBay. See if you don't like one of the groups. See if there isn't a color scheme of them. And be sure you look at the sizes, though, that you get the sizes you want. And, just message them and ask them, would they consider. Anyway, so on this basket, I use that metallic, and you can see it's got a little sheen to it. You can see the glisten. I like that a whole lot. That turned out good. This one, I went over it with several colors. I couldn't make up my mind about the color. And, and I was still trying to hide this back here, so it needed some color, so I could go up underneath it and hide where I'd glued it. So this one is not quite as cute as the purple color. If you have those metallics, I got those at Hobby Lobby. They were Paper Studio, I think. Yeah, Paper Studio. Now, this original is Sharpie markers, because there's all kinds of pastel colors. And so we were told to, go every other one a different color, and then do around the top. This is all done yellow. And then we Mod Podged it to hold the color on. You can see, it looks like glossy Mod Podge, actually. You can see the gloss to it. But really cute, really adorable. And I guess, try to preserve the handle as best you can, because they just aren't really holding up over in my stash. I mean, they're so fragile. So made a whole bunch of eggs, so I pulled those out, and I didn't have the big eggs that had the glitter on them. I didn't have those, but I did have the foil to wrap some. So I've got all these, and I'm just gonna have a little Easter egg hunt. And I also made the cookies. If you want to go to my video for Valentine's, I was showing you one of the processes of making these little cookies. If you have a little punch, you really just use 3D paint. And so you can put little cookies in there. You can put the little slices if you have those, and just doll it up. And all you need is a chocolate bunny. And so there's kind of two ways to make the chocolate bunny. Let me set these up here, and I'll show you what two ways I came up with. Now this is called chocolate, and it's Sculpey, and it says chocolate. And then tan, I mixed tan to get kind of more of a milk chocolate, because these were so dark and that were in my stash. And so let me show you close up. I did make a bunch of eggs, and I'm going to have to, cook those. So when I made it in pieces, they turned out smaller. Now see how these, whoops, nope, don't want to lose parts. Okay, so I made these first in pieces. Let's try to enlarge this. Okay, see the piece here? It's a kidney, and it's got bigger on one side and a little smaller, and then like a football, a big football there, and like a small football here. And then, of course, a little egg. And the arm is really kind of a teardrop. Whoop. These just move around so easily. This clay is so soft. But it's kind of a flower petal, if you want to call it a flower petal. And then there's the bunny tail that you need to, put the bunny tail on it. But these came out smaller when I did it in pieces. So a kidney shape, but bigger on one side. And then you take this tool. This is your most important tool for this. And I just use this tool. There isn't a miniature I've made that I don't use this tool. And you could use a toothpick, but this is a fabulous tool. If you don't have it, you need to get it. And I roll this. I literally just roll it gently in my fingers. Just roll it back and forth on the clay. And that just makes you can disperse the clay that way. Now this one, this little bunny, I just started it over trying to make it smaller. And I keep coming out with big when I make it this way and not in parts. So I'm having better luck keeping it small in parts. Now all I did with this, let me start at the other end. Okay, you see what it looks like at this end. Starting to look like a bunny, right? Okay, so I just pull up a piece for the ears. And then I need a little piece for the face. So this is what I'm going to roll this into here. And just get my face, roll that up to get the neck, and then come in and roll out a tummy. And at this point, we're just trying to get the basic shape. And then here is the feet. Just the basic shape. Now, if the head's too big, roll it into the tummy. Just roll it down into the tummy. Like that. And at this point, you're just shaping it up. Now, if your clay was stiffer, you can use Vaseline on or baby oil on a paintbrush to kind of help you smooth things. But I just find that all you need is this tool to just roll. It just rolls so nicely in your hand. And you can flatten a little bit and see. But see, it keeps being big when I make it out of this. And then you want to make the neck on the back side. Roll up to get a head, back of the head. And, well, that's kind of big. Let's get that back down. I don't do good under pressure. Anyway, you see it's coming together. Now, when you're trying to do the ears and the feet, you're gonna, do a line between them, and then if you're looking at it this direction, kind of twist it so you're seeing a second ear. Just kind of twist it back and then smooth it a little. Smooth it a little bit. So see, I've just done the line, twist it a little bit so I see both ears. And, well, I don't know if you saw that, so just do your line, get it look good, and then twist so that you've got both ears showing. And do the same thing with the feet. Now, the only time I'm changing from this one tool is right here. I'm going to cut that off on this one. So I have the feet. And again, just split it to give you feet. And the rest of it is just working on it, you know, and dot the I. But just keep working on it till you get it, the shape, the size. And it, you know, choose, see, there's the kidney right there. There's the one football and the one bigger football shape. And you're smushing them together to get the other type of, the other way of doing it. And I know they won't ever, oh, and then the arm is just the petal, and you just tack that on after you've got it finished how you like it. Just tack on the tail and tack on the arm, poke the, you know, dot the eye, and then heat it up. So I just wanted to show you that, and I think that's everything. And don't forget to use your peppercorn. You can get that at Dollar Tree. Any dollar store has peppercorn mills. These little small mills. And they sure look like a lot of things, you know, and they're good size and everything. So please like, share, and subscribe, and go and look at my dollhouse. I've got it in parts, and then I'll just do a grand tour, a separate video that'll just be a grand tour if you want to see that. Okay, so thanks for dropping by, and I wish everybody a happy Easter. Bye.